just got a call from my dad that there is a fire by his house. We spent the last couple weeks hoping and praying that something like this doesn't happen, but these winds and dry conditions, it was kind of inevitable. We have been preparing for it just in case. I'm going to hop in the car, meet him at his tractor and his disc. I don't know the scope of the situation. Let's go check it out. It is easy to get choked up and emotional when you're driving and you see all the farmers, all the neighbors in their tractors with the disc hooked up, stopping everything that they're doing to come and try and help put out this field fire. It's definitely a scary situation. This is not where anybody wants to be, but I'm proud to live in a community where everyone is willing to help each other out. There is a lot of smoke coming from that direction, trying to figure out if it's an actual piece of equipment that's burning down or if something just sparked and now it's a field that's on fire. With 40-mile-an-hour plus winds, these field fires can spread so rapidly. So it's so important to get these things under control fast so they don't spread to any more people or property.
Totally not a road. Four-wheel drive.
Take the ditch. Just take the ditch. Yep. Emergency protocol here.
Oh my goodness.
Looks
Good.
like, yep, I was gonna say, it's so glad that this is harvested already. Getting a plan put together here. Loader tractor out here.
Okay, so the fire didn't make it this far. So what we're gonna do, so we got a good black line here, dirt covered, and I'm just gonna go over and just knock out smoldering.
Because this is still on fire here.
So you don't want to get too close. You want to keep an eye on your equipment, obviously, because you don't want your tractor to stall or anything. So keep yourself safe and away. His go. That is so fast. Let's get a plan.
Yep.
Yeah, what do you got?
Jordan went that way, and he said his tractor was overheating.
Okay.
All right, right in this cornfield.
Yeah, he was right where that is.
I'm on
All right.
it.
Okay.
I'm on
Thank you.
This is hard to do. I'm just building a black fire line. We're gonna
Don't
try.
make me cry.
No, we're gonna try to get to him a little bit faster here.
Okay.
We're gonna knock this down. See, it's throwing embers. All right, hold on, Laura.
Okay.
This is-
I'm holding.
Let's see how. I don't like this. I don't like this. Just gonna knock it down. We're knocking it down.
Yep. Okay.
All right.
This
Okay.
is
So
worst case scenario
I
here,
don't-
folks.
I don't want to drag that fire.
Watch out on exit
Yep.
here. The
Yep. You
other
keep an eye on
tractor.
for it.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
I'm just gonna.
You're
I don't
good
want to
this
go
direction.
into the fire here, babe. Just gonna knock this down and keep it.
The tractor right here on the left. Right here on the left.
Okay. Good.
Yep. He's coming in. He's coming in.
Good. I'm circling this
Yep.
one.
Yep.
Okay, we're good. Knock it down. I'm gonna do one
Okay,
more
that
run.
feels better.
I'm gonna do.
He's
so what
gone
I'm
past.
What I'm doing here is just circling around it, and then we'll just do one knife right through it.
Okay.
Because I want to be careful, because we can drag that fire into other areas.
And that is
There
not
we
what
go.
we want to do.
Here we go.
I'm feeling better about this already here.
Yeah, the nice thing, you do a sharp cut, you know, when your disc is deep, it'll loft and lift
Throw dirt to the
Soil.
side and not.
right
I
into
see
it.
what you're saying.
Yep.
Okay.
Yep, just
And this looks like a spot where an ember jumped because it's not really
100%.
burned anywhere around this.
It did. We will just
That wind is
looking
just
good.
nasty.
Lots of
Oh my goodness.
smoke. And knocking the crop, look at all those embers, knocking the corn down and over, it keeps the fire low to the ground, and that helps fight it. Here we go, one nice little chop, disc fully in the ground.
All the way down.
Yeah, that should extinguish that. Now let's kind of...
Okay, assess here.
It
Look at
looks hot
this
and-
smoke, which seems to be gathering momentum here. Do you see that right there? Right past the tree. That looks like it's gaining momentum with the wind. If there was ever a day a fire was going to start, today was going to be the day. Again, I just want to clarify that I just want to bring awareness to the dangers of this time of year and what everyone can do to be prepared, and show you guys what an incredible community that farming can provide. It is people who go above and beyond, out of their way, drop everything they're doing to come to the aid of the neighbor, and is really, really moving to see. No, just rolled up on this and saw smoke at the very least. I don't really know where it's coming from. Fire department's gonna be working over here for a long while. They are going to unhook the head from the combine and get the combine out and away, just in case anything else would start up overnight, that the combine would be saved. I'm back home. Today was really scary. That fire started because of a spark on the combine, but everybody is okay. The equipment is okay. Some farmers just lost some crops today, but I would rather it be that than anybody's property or lives. No one was injured. Farmers responded. So many fire departments. It was really incredible to see. What made today even scarier is that I started out my morning saying that I wanted to film a video about fire preparedness and
saying what farmers are doing to kind of be ready in case of an emergency. And so what you're going to see is literally what I filmed yesterday and this morning. It's just crazy that this is how the day ended.
Our preparation journey begins in the machine shed. This tractor, John Deere 8R340, has been sitting unhooked, not attached to anything, and it's just been ready and waiting for the job we have for it today. Ooh, spider webs. Right here is our #1 goal. Now, this disc might not look like much, but in the event that a fire starts in a field, this could be the thing that saves the day. Over the years, I have witnessed many farmers, including my dad, come to the rescue when they see smoke on the horizon. And because they have a disc hooked up, they're able to stop their harvesting operation, hop in the tractor that has the disc hooked up to it, and race over to aid the firefighters in helping to stop a fire. You use the disc to actually disc up the crops around where the fire has started in hopes that the bare dirt will create a barrier and prevent anything else from burning. Something that we did as soon as we got this combine on our farm was add an old farmer fix. If you look under our combine, you might think that something was broken because we actually have something dragging behind us. If you crawl under here, you'll see that we have actually attached an old chain, and it drags on the ground behind the combine. And the goal and purpose of this is to reduce static electricity, thus reducing our risk of fire. Another thing we do every single day without fail to prevent fire is use this leaf blower right here to blow off our combine. All of this stuff laying around here in the field is so flammable, and with this wind, if anything were to spark and catch, it would happen on the combine and fire would spread so rapidly. Our disc and the tractor hooked up to it follows us around to every field. That way, even if our field doesn't catch on fire, but a neighbor's does, we can quickly jump in and go help.
On one hand, the disc is super important to have around for fire prevention, but we do actually keep it around for another reason, and that is because a lot of these field drives haven't been used in several months, and pivot tracks have come along and around and gotten deeper and deeper as the years have gone on, and this end part of the field is about to be a super heavily trafficked area. 2 grain carts, 3 trucks, the combine, and everybody's personal vehicles. And so we keep the disc around so that after the combine has gone through and cut that initial end row 2 passes out of the field, I come through with the disc and disc everything up and make it nice and smooth to make everything easier on everybody's vehicles. These pivot tracks are terrible. The disc just smooths them all out. The goal is to disc things just enough that I break up those big clumps, break up the pivot tracks, makes it a lot smoother for the tractors, the semi-trucks, the pickup trucks. But I don't want to really heavily disc everything. My goal is not to cause any kind of erosion, especially with this wind. So I just go nice and lightly over the top, nothing deep, get everything ready. Now the field is ready for another big day of harvest, and I'm prepped in case any kind of fire happens here or anywhere else.
Next order of business is my old black truck. So, little story behind this thing. I bought this thing in college for $2,000, which seems crazy. It had 120,000 miles on it, but it was owned by a lawn care company, and it was really beat up. And so I've kind of fixed it up a little better. It makes it look better, but it's still just an old farm truck. But we're gonna turn it into a fire truck today by putting a big water tank in the back. So this can be easily moved around from field to field, and if a fire happens, we can drive out to the middle of the field and have a little Milwaukee pump that will plumb the big tank into and put out the fire. We have had a recent power steering leak, but I think I just found a loose fitting. So I tightened that up and filled it up, and I think we should be good. But let's put the black truck back to work. Make it into a fire truck.
This black truck has had a variety of different roles in our life. When Grant first bought it, this was our daily driver to and from class, but we have also taken this thing on some long haul trips, dirt bike trips, camping trips, and then it was a farm truck, and then it was our main pivot servicing rig. We had the whole back outfitted, and we ran our business out of that, and then it went back to a farm truck, and today it's a conversion into a fire truck.
Sometimes, oh, there it goes. Sometimes that's a little sticky. All right. Do love this truck. It's got a bench seat, and the center console doesn't even flip down. It's just permanently up.
In college, Grant and I had only been dating for a few years, so the idea that we had a pickup truck where I could sit right next to him in the bench seat, I really liked that. Back here in the trees is our assorted collection of things, and this is where our big water tank is that we're going to be using. These may look like old junk piles, but everything back here has a purpose. Oh no! Okay, you got it on?
A fire truck.
It's actually a water truck, not a fire truck. That tank can hold a lot of water. Should probably start filling it up now, huh?
That tank is 275 gallons. Are we gonna be overloading this pickup truck if we fill it all the way up?
What does a gallon of water weigh? 10 pounds?
No, 8.
8 pounds?
Almost 8, a little over 8.
Why don't you guys do the math on that one?
We're gonna do it anyway.
Make sure we close the openings, huh? Just to be sure. It's coming on. Oh, sorry. Probably should have waited. Kind of looks like I need to water my flowers while we're here. They're looking a little dry. We have a variety of fire extinguishers laying around, but they're not really doing us much good in the shop right now. And so I'm going to distribute them amongst all of the equipment. The old combine technically already has one in it, but this thing is looking to be pretty expired. The old truck also has one. These labels have worn off, and I don't even know how to work that one. So this is definitely getting a new one as well. We do have a nice fire extinguisher on the combine we use every single day of harvest, and that one is checked regularly. Very, very important. Since we use this combine and rely on it so much, it undergoes yearly inspections to make sure that we don't miss anything, and it's kept in peak operating performance. But you can prepare for the worst, and the worst can still happen. I was checking in the grain cart tractor for a fire extinguisher, and I was like, oh wow, there's already one in here. Turns out it's just a Pringles can. This is not going to help us in the face of an emergency. It's even empty. This tractor will be getting a fire extinguisher as well. There is one last fire extinguisher that we have in our collection, and this one, look, I take fire safety very, very seriously, right? That's kind of the whole reason why I'm filming this, because I want everyone to be prepared. Grant, can you tell me the story behind this fire extinguisher?
So some salesmen stopped by the shop, which usually I'm like, nah, I'm not interested. But we had recently covered the building fire over by Hastings, and they were selling fire extinguishers. Coincidence? Probably not. They were selling fire extinguishers, and I was like, okay. This thing was $600, but I still bought it, and there's a story behind it. So I was like, okay, no, I don't want your fire extinguisher. And they're like, all right, does your combine fire extinguisher work? I was like, yeah, sure, I don't know. And they're like, let's go see it. And so I made them a deal. If the combine fire extinguisher didn't work, I would buy one of their fire extinguishers. So I went up there and I gave it a pull and nothing happened. So that is how I ended up with a $600 fire extinguisher.
Needless to say, that led us to get a replacement combine fire extinguisher plus the $600 one that now sticks around in the shop.
I hope I never have to use this thing. It's like my little trophy.
Frankly, I didn't even really feel safe removing these from the spots they were at in the truck and the combine respectively. It feels like at any moment they could spontaneously combust. Should we see if these things actually work after so many years? What's this, Grant?
This is a high volume 100-foot watering kit for a trash pump, which we do have a trash pump. This should work pretty good.
And this is gonna go in our black truck, fire truck, right?
Yes, that'll go in the black truck fire truck. I bought this years ago. So originally I bought that trash pump to make a watering trailer for my dirt bike track. Oh yeah, this looks good.
This seems to be a higher calling.
Yeah.
Oh, you found it. Your knife?
Vintage versus brand new fire extinguisher. Looks like they've changed quite a bit over the years and somehow still do exactly the same thing.
If they even work.
If they work. Let's test them out.
But this one, see, it's still in the green. I don't know, maybe we should just save it. What if we actually need it?
Do
Yeah,
fire extinguishers expire?
This one has like a pole.
Ooh, I wouldn't look down the barrel of that thing.
Is that the barrel?
Should we go see it? Let's just go see if it works. Just a little squirt. Okay, it's not staying. What do you think, Pepper? Will it work? Nothing.
No juice.
Should we run it over?
Yes.
Maybe when there's a fire, we'll just throw it into the fire. Maybe it'll explode. Okay. Remove seal. Hold upright. Press button hard. Direct powder at base of flame. I'm pushing it really hard.
I think it's junk, Duggo.
It's junk.
And that is why we are testing this now, before there is an actual emergency. Next on the list of things to test is the extinguisher that came in the combine. Hey!
Look at that. We'll put that back.
It works.
The back of the combine.
I don't know where it goes.
Alice Chalmers? I think it goes right by the seat, doesn't it?
Yep, right by the seat. Just clips right in. Good to know. Glad we tested that.
Yeah.
I never would have guessed.
I should have tested that fire extinguisher when the salesman were here.
Check up on our watering truck here.
Oh, it's getting full.
Well, we seem to have a small leak here.
I think the truck might be backed up.
You think so?
Yeah. Let's call that 200 gallons.
There is a bit of a sit to it, isn't it? The truck does have to be able to drive. You think that's enough water to be able to at least suppress a fire? Pepper? An official statement from you? Nothing? Nothing to say?
Maybe we won't even need a pump.
Pepper thinks that everyone should practice good fire safety this harvest, and please be careful. What if we got Pepper like a little fire chief hat, and she could be like the fire chief of the farm? What do you think, Pepper? Would you do that? Chief pest control, chief fire officer, and the cat scanner. She's not impressed.
Let's go get the pump. There you go. Now the start controls are very easy access.
Yeah, one of those little beacons put on top of it.
Oh, a little whirly bird? Or like
Yeah.
a little mail truck light?
Is that legal? Isn't it a felony to impersonate some kind of emergency vehicle?
A cop.
It's a little cone beacon.
This is barely impersonating a fireman. It's black. It's not even red. All right. What are the odds this thing starts?
We should probably straighten the hose out first.
Ooh, should we? I want to do the fire.
The roll,
How's that work?
you just throw it. Just
Other
give it a
direction.
heave.
There you go. Maybe. Is that how the professionals do it?
From the inside and the outside.
Well, the way they do it, I think it's wrapped differently.
Oh, we can totally reach a fire with this.
That's a lot of
Now we can cover this county and the next county. Check the oil.
I give this thing a 33.3% chance of starting. What about you?
I think I put treated gas in it. Oh, is it locked up? Dang it.
You're kidding me.
No. That's so sad. I wonder if it's the motor or just the pump.
That is a major bummer.
0% chance now.
There is approximately a 0% chance it's starting. We unraveled all of that hose for nothing. Man, too soon. Things were going a little too well. I mean, technically it works, but for how long? And you have to be pretty close to the fire. I don't know about that, Grant.
That's severely disappointing.
That's pretty, I think we need to find another pump. Fire prevention and safety is super important to us for a number of reasons, but I think especially because over the past 4 years, we have witnessed 5 separate events where fires in fields have started because of farming equipment. In 2020, a farmer down the road named Jonathan Rempel woke up and went out to the field after a long day of harvesting the day previously to find that his combine, grain cart, and semi-truck, which were all full of grain, had completely burned to the ground. Foul play was suspected, but now, even 4 years later, not confirmed. We still don't know how or why all of his harvest equipment that was not parked next to each other all completely burned up in the middle of the night. That was a really devastating loss for him in the middle of harvest, but the whole community rallied together. Farmers came from all over the place. We hosted a harvest bee, and we were able to finish all of his harvest in just 2 days. It was really incredible. Very, very moving to be a part of.
So we went and met with a farmer, Mr. Rempel. He's the one who owned all this equipment. And he told us we could go out and look around. So we're out here, I guess, just looking at the burned equipment. It's really sad, and it smells terrible. Like burned electrical and not a good smell of burning rubber. I don't know, it just feels weird. Like maybe I shouldn't be here. This is just something you don't ever want to have happen to you. So I'm looking forward to being at the harvest bee. I know there's been a lot of great people that have volunteered to help out harvest and get equipment, people all together. It's rough.
So many of you were so generous and donated to his GoFundMe, and he was able to replace all of his equipment. We still don't know what or who caused that fire, but we actually saw him at a farm show just a couple weeks ago, talked with him, his wife, and his kids, and they are doing better than ever. So thank you so much to everyone who prayed for them, donated, and commented kind words. They still are just really, really appreciative, and so am I. In 2021, a field fire started from a pickup truck that I believe was repairing a pivot that needed to be moved out of the way for harvest. And my dad came to the rescue with one of his discs and helped stop that fire.
I am driving the combine home as quickly as possible right now, which is not very fast. It's only 19 miles an hour. But there's been a car accident close to us and it's on fire. And so Dad is heading over there with the disc. I'm gonna hop over in a pickup. Hopefully everybody's okay. Okay, I've arrived at the scene. I don't think it's a car accident. I'm thinking some kind of equipment fire because it is out in the field. Dad is on his way with a disc and the farmer has both pivots going. My goodness, I just hope no one is hurt. The fire department is here, so that's good. But Dad's gonna come. The problem with fires, man, in the countryside, and especially with how windy it is, I'm glad the crop is harvested. The problem is that these fires spread so rapidly.
Oh my word. Okay, so Dad is in there with the disc. The fire is moving so fast. So pretty much we're just disking up the ground to try and stop the fire from spreading anymore, just to get a line of black dirt in between the flame and all the rest of these fields here. There we go. That's Dad right there. See the tractor? That's him. In 2022, on a particularly windy harvest day, I was delivering lunch to Grant in the field, and I came across a thick plume of smoke, and was actually one of the first people on the scene to a combine fire, and was able to witness all of the amazing farmers and so many volunteer fire departments who came to help stop that fire. I continued on with my day and harvest, and then awoke the next morning to find that another neighbor's combine has completely burned up in the middle of the night. I went and grabbed some lunch for Grant. I was going to deliver it to him in the field, but then I was looking out of the corner of my eye. I saw all of this smoke, which was, I was concerned about smoke this morning because it is so windy outside. 30-mile-an-hour sustained winds. Oh, I just got goosebumps. With gusts up to 50 miles an hour. I'm just driving past combines and tractors, and they're all stopped, which in my mind means that everyone is out seeing what this is. I'll show you what I'm looking at here. I'm hoping that it's nothing, but I mean, it's definitely something. This is what I'm looking at. Scary. Dad and I just hooked up the disc on our field yesterday because fire is a huge concern this time of year, because everything is super dry and there's lots of equipment moving around all the time. Lots of heat. I don't know. It's just really scary, and fields can go up in flames fast. And really all you can do is just disc around them. So, oh, this looks really bad. My main concern is that I hope everyone is okay. We have a piece of equipment started on fire. I hope that everyone was able to get out. Okay, well, they have a tractor out here. Oh my goodness. Yikes, there's people walking around. I think that combine started on fire. I just got off the phone with the neighbor, and everyone's okay. He said he was actually on the phone with the combine operator, and he said, gotta go, fire. Hopped off the phone. There's lots of tractors, lots of discs. No one was hurt. I don't know what the extent to the combine damage was, but just a really scary thing. The good thing that comes out of situations like this is neighbors coming together to help each other. I mean, they were here on scene helping out immediately. I just called, more people are on the way. And I know for a fact that if his combine is rendered useless, I know people will come help him harvest. And I love being able to see that. So that's, and, well, I was gonna say, I mean, I don't know. It's scary though. I delivered Grant's lunch, and then I hopped in the grain cart. He is running trucks, and I looked over. There's another fire. The other one was to the east, this one is to the west. It's just terrible. Kind of a crazy day, but overall a good one, considering that no one was hurt. We'll be harvesting until probably about 9 o'clock tonight, and everything seems to be going okay. Wild ride though. So luckily that combine didn't burn down in the field fire from earlier. However, this is what a burned combine does look like. Again, no one was injured. This incident actually happened overnight. I think they had like a plugged head and things just got hot, and overnight it started on fire and the whole thing burned up. And then just last year, a neighbor farmer down the road from me, his son actually contacted me because they were awoken in the middle of the night to the sound of tires exploding. Their entire farm shop was on fire and they lost just about everything. And once again, you guys were so generous in donating to him. He was able to get back up on his feet, and I was actually able to help Farm Rescue come and finish his harvest out, which is just so, so cool. This is Mike's building. Mike is from Juniata, which is a town close to Grant and I, and where we farm. So I would consider this guy a neighbor of ours. And recently he suffered a serious tragedy, a devastating loss. And he was awoken in the middle of the night to his tractor tires exploding. His main shop building caught on fire. There was threat of hail, so extra equipment was packed in along with vehicles, and also this is the shop where he worked on everything. So all of his tools, anything that you farm with was in this building. And at 4 a.m., awoken to the whole thing on fire. Total loss. Nothing able to be salvaged from the building. So not only is farming a business, this is this guy's livelihood. This is how he makes money. This is what he wakes up and does every single day for a job. Farming is also a livelihood and a legacy. This is stuff that will be passed on to his son one day. There's just so much more that obviously you guys have seen that goes into farming. It's not just something like you clock in, you go to an office, you come home. It's just not like that. Farming is a lifestyle, and to have this much of that lifestyle just taken away from you like that is devastating. So this is not the first burned combine I've seen, but it never gets any easier seeing a piece of equipment like this burned up. It's a John Deere 670, but you wouldn't be able to tell because there's not that much of it left. You'll see the fuel tank is in a puddle on what's left of the floor over there. This is not the way you want to see the inner workings of a combine. There's a lot better ways. Tires, obviously, just completely gone.
This man has put his life into all of this equipment. He loves farming, and it's just all in ashes and burnt metal.
All of this to say, you guys and all of the farmers around me and the fire departments just make up this amazing community that are so more than willing to step in times of need and go above and beyond. And now this year with the fire that happened at my dad, we were able to go and witness the farmers and actually be boots on the ground, helping everybody out. I share this not to make light of any of these situations, but just truly to bring awareness. There are so many dangers and risks associated with farming, and so I encourage you to go test your fire extinguishers. If you're a farmer, have a disc hooked up with you in the field, do daily maintenance, blow off your combines and your equipment, and just above all, always be prepared. I hope you got something out of today's video, and I just really appreciate all of the families who are willing to let me tell their stories. But with all of that, it is time to actually get back to work. So thank you for watching today's video, and we'll see you in the next one. Be safe out there, guys. Bye.